intro.
Hello guys, good day again. I'm Sir B and I'm here to discuss about our new topic or new chapter, which is the chapter 3, and this is all about the equilibrium force system. Okay, so under 3.1, let's define, know the meaning of ito. I think na discuss natin before from the previous chapter. So basahin natin yung definition niya. Ano? So equilibrium is the term used to designate the condition where the resultant of a system of forces is equals to 0. Okay, so kapag daw ang resultant mo o yung resultant ng iyong system of force is equals to 0, therefore this is under the category of equilibrium. So a body is said to be equilibrium when the force acting upon it has a 0 resultant. So parang binaligtad niya lang yung pagkaasunod-sunod, pero ganun din yung the physical meaning of equilibrium as applied to a body is that the body either is at rest, so it's either at rest ka, or is moving in a straight line with constant velocity. So there's no acceleration happening. Okay, so in this chapter, so we shall determine and apply the condition necessary to produce equilibrium for coplanar force system. So again, when we say coplanar, pinag-uusapan lang natin dito guys is X and Y axis lang. Okay? So again, imagine mo lang isang papel yan, is either vertical, up, downward, left, right, or patagilid. So yun lang yung force na i-consider natin. Okay? So under one plane pa lang siya. And the principle and techniques developed in this chapter are the basic fundamentals of statics. So ito yung pinakamahalagang chapter. Short. So the students is urged to master them. So kung may kailangan tayong pagbigyan ng pansin, ito yung chapter na yun. Okay? So actually, what is studied is a method of reasoning. So ano bang ibig sabihin dito? So of learning how to apply the basic concept of the component of a force. So ayun, ang mahalaga dun. So yung component ng force, so i-review nyo to, yung paggawa ng component natin. Kailangan rin kasi madali lang. Anong principle yung ginamit natin? Yung triangle lang, no? And component ng force and yung iyong pagkuha ng moment. Okay? Moment. So yun yung dalawang bagay na kailangan natin. So force, moment ng component of. Okay? So let's proceed with the next slide. Okay. So free body diagram. So free body diagram is an isolated view of a body which shows only the external forces exerted on the body. So it's called the free body diagram. So frequently abbreviated as F. So guys, hindi naman kasi kailangan na kapag nagdo-drawing kayo ng inyong figure is yung kompleto detalye na. Actually guys, kahit mag-drawing lang kayo ng X and Y plane, ilagay mo dyan yung mga forces acting at the body. For example, yung weight mo. Ang weight mo is always acting downward or to the center of the earth. Halimbawa, meron ka kahit mga stick figure lang na ganyan, tapos may mga arrow head to determine the magnitude of the force, okay na yun, sapat na yun. So hindi mo naman kailangan na drawing talaga yung exact figure. So, itong FBDing to, lagi niyo na siya gagamitin simula ngayon. So, these external forces are caused either by the direct bodily contact or by gravitational or magnetic attraction. Okay, so let's proceed with the next slide. So, para makita ibang body diagram. So, for example, so we have here a table. So, dito sa first column, so the types of body ring. So, the sketch of reacting bodies, action of body move upon the body. Okay, so the first one is the Earth, or the force of the gravitation acceleration. So again, consider here a block. So yan, meron yan mass, and ngayon you can get the weight. Take note that the weight is always directed downward. Not exactly downward, but to the center. So, but most cases naman, kapag sa problem in statics, lagi siyang directed downward. Okay? So kapag nagawa ka ng free body diagram, so pwedeng ganito na lang siya. Ito, or gawa ka lang ng ganyan. Then meron ka ditong W. Is directed downward or along the negative y-axis. And next, we have the flexible cord, rope, or cable. So take note guys that kapag cable yung pinag-uusapan, always remember na siya is in tension. Ano? So ang cable mo naman, ang mga cord, mga rope, di ba lagi mo naman siyang ginagamit dito ang hila. So if hindi maniwala sa akin na ito is tension ang gamit, so experiment tayo sa bahay. So try nyo kumuha ng lubid sa inyo or kahit panahil lang. Ano? So itali mo siya sa isang kahit bato, then gamitin mo siya as panulak. Try mo lang i-push using yung panahe. No? So doon pa lang magagets mo yung concept na yung cable natin. Rope, cord, always extension. But the way lang na pwede mo magamit yung panahing yun when it comes to the rank is always pull. So again, kapag tension, always papalabas ka doon sa or away, pahila lagi. Always in. Okay, next, so we have here a smooth surface. Kapag smooth surface, so ayan, for example, meron ka ditong rod, and yung rod na yan is resting on an inclined plane. Meron kang inclined plane, yung inclined plane na yun has an inclination of theta. So kapag ganyan, take note that we have a normal force. Pag ganyan, normal force mo acting perpendicular dun sa yung normal force is usually ginagamit na sa topic na friction. So again, ito yung magiging theta mo. From the y-axis. Force N. Okay, so again, always perpendicular with respect to sa perpendicular. Sorry. Next is the roller. The roller is usually designated by this symbol. Meron kang bilog and then it is resting on a plane or sometimes it is centered by a triangle. Merong gulong sa. So take note that yung roller mo has a reaction denoted by R. So guys, dito ano muna ha. Hindi nyo naman kakalimutan yung chapter 2. Ang mangyayari lang, iset aside nyo muna yung chapter 2. Kasi ang mangyayari ngayon, makikita nyo na kasi kadalasan yung symbol na R. So R this time represents the reaction. Okay? So baalang malito kasi nga sa previous topic natin, di ba yung R is considered mo as a resultant. So magkaibang storya to ngayon ha. Kasi nga yung unang chapter natin, summation of forces X is equals to Rx. Ngayon, summation of forces X will be equals to 0. Kasi kagaya doon sa nauna, ang 3 major equation na gagamitin topic. Summation of forces X, forces Y, and summation ng moment. But this time, this equation is equate sa 0. Na equilibrium tayo. For the resultant na sa value of 0. Okay, so yun lang. So ang roller, again, balik tayo dito. So this is represented by triangular shape and then merong gulong sa ilalim. And take note that it is always perpendicular with respect to sa inaano niya. And kapag roller, laging isa lang yung reaction niya. So yung kanyang perpendicular reaction. So this is denoted by R, the symbol R. So ayan. So pwede rin siya na represented as bilog lang. Tulad dito sa. And then ito, if it's kagaya sa normal force, if it's acting on an inclined surface, so again, lagi lang siyang perpendicular. So halos kapareho lang doon sa patong na rod. Pag incline, ganun lang. Mo. Reaction mo is perpendicular with respect to the inclined surface. Next is the smooth pin or hinge. So ang hinge mo, ang symbol naman niya is ganyan. Triangle lang siya. Pares sa surface. So kapag hinge guys or smooth pin, so ang reaction niya is dalawa. So meron kang vertical, so pangalanan natin siyang Rx, meron siyang So this is Ry, meron siyang vertical reaction or Y reaction. Meron siyang horizontal or Rx. So to get the total resultant, so to get the total reaction here, so you can compute as R is equals to square root of R as Ry. Parang pagkuha lang din ng ano ba yan? Nagkakabalik-baligtad din ako. Okay, so this is an example. So we are required to draw the free body diagram assembly. Okay guys, so let's try to make free body diagram of this figure on your right part of. So basahin natin yung problem. So in the figure shown, so we have a 200-pound cylinder which is supported by a horizontal rod AB. Yung rod AB which is supporting a cylinder and which rests against the uniform bar C. So yung cylinder is naapatong dito sa bar na to. Okay, so yung bar CD mo weighs 100 pound. Draw the free body diagram of A, the rod AB, B, the cylinder, C, yung ating bar CD, and D, for the assembly of the cylinder. Ito, nagbuod na ako ng isa, cylinder and bar. Assume the pins at A, B, C, D, and the rollers to be smooth and frictionless. Okay? And the rod AB is assumed to be weightless. So itong rod AB mong to, ito, weightless na. So, wala tayong weight na i-consider. Walang self-weight na i-consider. So, a statement which, although physically impossible, is often used to mean that the weight is negligible when compared with other loads or forces. Okay. So, hindi kasi iwasan na sa ibang problem din. Sasabihin rin naman na yung bar mo is less. Okay? So guys, ito kasi is example, is illustrative problem doon sa ating libro. So doon, pinakita yung isang approach kung saan ang nangyari kasi, ang ginawa niya, ito, inassume niya na lang dito na force Q to. This force Q is just the single force representation ng reaction mo dapat talaga dito sa hinge port. Since yung atin naman rod, yung rod AB mo is weightless, meaning walang dadaling or wala tayong consider na force dito. So force P ito, ginawa niya dito, ito daw si force. Pero ang gagawin ko is yung aking conventional way of nito. So, incomplete analysis, pareho lang din naman ng lalabas. Pero ito kasi yun hindi naman mali yung libro, but ito yung mas proper siguro. So the first thing that we need to do, so ito kasi, rinawin ko na siya isa-isa. So labelan muna natin ang bar na yan, yung mga member na yan. So this is A, B, also this is B, this is C, and this is your D. Okay, so ano lang natin, mamaya ko na isulat itong for condition D. Yan. Okay, so second, di ba na-labelan na natin siya? Ang sunod natin gagawin is to determine the reactions. Okay? So first at point A mo, meron kang hinge, di ba? Again, from the table earlier, ang hinge mo is meron dalawang reaction. Meron kang horizontal reaction or yung Rx, and meron kang Ry or the vertical reaction. So dito, labelan lang natin siya. So since this is point A, I will say na papunta siya dito sa kanan. So I will say that this is R sub A. And then ito, meron ka ditong Y. So I will just name this as my R A Y or R sub A. Next to that, so in order to make it in equilibrium, so kung ang RAX mo is papunta sa kanan, so therefore, yung internal force mo dito sa point na to will be going to the left. That will be your gawin na lang natin siya BX. Okay? So yung X component ng internal force at point B. And kung since dito ay pataas, so therefore, wala na naman tayong ibang force na nag-a-act dyan since yung weight natin, so weightless naman siya, wala siyang weight, or that is 0. So ang gawin ko na lang dito, counteract yung pataas na reaction A. Ito, gagawin ko dito. Pababa yung dy. Okay? Okay, so next, if yung ating cylinder naman ay consider natin, so gawa lang ako dito ng y axis sa ating cylinder. Okay, so yung point B, yung kanyang intersection ng x and y axis. Okay, so ano yung mga force na ilalagay natin dyan? Okay, so since diba dito sa ito is point B din, ito rin yung point B. So pag pinagdikit mo siya, pareho silang point B. And take note that if yung mga forces mo dito, ang mangyayari lang kapag nilagay mo doon sa isang figure na same point siya, pakabila yung direction niya. So meaning, to make the story short, so kung dito, pakaliwa yung BX, therefore dito, BX din kasi siya. So magiging paanan lang siya. Or the other way. So kung dito pababa, so dito, pataas. Okay? dy. And then next, ano pa bang i-consider na forces yan? So, nagbigay ng weight ng iyong cylinder. Kung saan yung cylinder mo daw ay nagbibigat, kakaroon ng bigat na 200 pounds. So, since ang weight, ano nga siya sa previous table natin? So, di ba kapag weight laging always downward or always to the center of the earth? Or pababa. Pababa dito. So, you have your weight, W, equals to 200 pounds. Aside from that, kung titingnan mo dito, di ba siya ay resting, nakapatong? So, ano nga, di ba kapag nakapatong, meron kang normal force natin. So, ibig sabihin, siya ay perpendicular dun sa surface. Ano? Na pinagpatungan. So, meaning, pag ganito yung direction niya, ayan, may normal force ka dito. Okay, so with that, ayan, pag ganyan yung iyong normal force, so pangalanan natin siya as force N. Bawasan ko lang ng haba since napahaba. And then if this angle is angle 30 degrees, therefore, maniwala kasi hindi, ito ay 30 degrees. Ano yan? 30 degrees yan. Review nyo lang yung trigonometry nyo para malaman yung properties ng angle. Okay, so yung mga perpendicular, ganyan. And aside from that, ano pa yung force na i-consider mo? So I think kompleto na tayo sa cylinder. Next, so ganun din. This time, we will now consider this rod, ano ba ito? Rod or bar, sorry, bar CD. So di ba meron ka dito ng normal force? So kung papunta siya doon, pataas, so dito magiging other way around. So pag ganyan lang siya. So parallel siya dapat, ano? So, pakabila lang yung direction niya. Yun, nahuli ko. So, this is also your N. Okay? So, yung N na yan, so again, at 30 degrees siya with respect to sa... That is 30 degrees. Itong internal angle na to. Aside from that, ano pa yung consider natin? So, ang bigat ng iyong bar AB, bar CD is equivalent to 100 pounds. So, di ba ang another property ng weight is lagi siyang nasa center of gravity object na ina-analyze. So, pag yung center of gravity nito, so syempre yung pinakagit. So, ano nga yung bigat ng ating bar CD? So, that weighs 100 pounds. Okay. So, the distance of this was to 10. So, ibig sabihin, this is acting at a distance of 5 feet away from it. Okay, so, if that is the case, again, so you have here the roller support. So kapag roller, laging perpendicular lang din sa surface. Or that is vertically upward. Pataas. I will name this as my R, T, Y na lang. So isa lang yan. Again, pataas lang yan. And at point B, anong meron sa point B? Meron kang hinge. So ibig sabihin, dalawa. So let's just say na pag ganito yung kanyang direction ng RDH. RDX na. Okay guys ha. So sa pag-assume ng reaction ng mga bawat support, so wala namang maling sagot dyan. Ano? So the negative sign will indicate to you that your answer or the direction that you assumed is incorrect. So merong way yan para itama mo. Ano? So later on, i-discuss yan. Progress into chapter. And at the same time, ituturo ko sa inyo yung tip paano nyo may assume yung direction ng reaction or any unknown ng tama agad. Ano? So next, ito gawin na lang natin pataas. That will be your R. Okay, so yan, complete analysis ng iyong bawat member sa assembly rod, cylinder, and bar. Ito. So ganyan lang po yung paggawa ng free body diagram. Okay, so for letter D, ang nangyari lang kasi dito is pinagsama niya na yung bar CD mo at saka yung iyong cylinder. So mangyayari lang, so since magkaabit na siya, so mawawala lang dyan is yung iyong normal force N. So in short, ganito lang yung mangyayari sa kanya. Anak. So at this point, meron kang, ayun nga, may BX ka dito. Here, you have your BY. And then dito, meron kang weight W. 200 pound. And then ito, again, meron ka dito na 100 pound yung weight ng iyong bar mismo. And then, same lang din, reaction. Ito, may reaction ka dito, RC1. Then at the point you have your RDY. Then you have here your RDX. Okay? Okay, so again, ang nangyari lang, nawala lang dito yung normal force mo. Ano? Kasi pinatong mo na mismo and then i-consider. So no need to get the value of N. Okay? Kasi yung n, ito guys, ba't ba natin hindi na isinama yung... Kasi again, yung n mo naman dito is makukuha mo siya if makukuha mo yung value ng n with respect to sa value ng bx, by, and w. Eh, since pinatong na naman natin siya dito sa mismong bar mo, no need to get the n. Eh, gawin mo na lang is i-consider mo yung bawat component ng forces and yung weight ng iyong cylinder mismo. Okay, so I hope na unawaan. So, mas ma-appreciate nyo to guys if merong mga numerical value. Though may numerical value naman. If may papahanap sa inyo mismo, halimbawa, pahanap sa inyo yung value ng reaction, etc.